does Japan really need need a military at all when status quo we can see is enough? We don't see North Korea shouting war, war, war at Japan. You see the opposition here says that the status quo with the umbrella policy of US, whereby US promises to protect Japan under the status quo whereby Japan do not have a military, which we'll explain later, whereby a military could bring worse off, could make Japan worse off, and that US protecting Japan is good enough for Japan. Firstly, we have seen Japan, how the militarized, how Japan in World War II was such a threat to the whole world. And we argue here that, true, Japan has shown itself to be trustworthy enough to take care of nuclear power plants, but in a moment. But could that change if Japan was militarized? We cannot tell. Could Japan change its policy of nuclear power, how it treats nuclear power? Only to, let's say, how do we know it wouldn't become a second era? Yes, Charlie.
Okay, first of all, we don't think that Japan should be depending on anyone else, because we see that, basically if it's not your own country, people won't be putting it as well as the others. And second of all, we see that it can happen with anyone who suddenly has suddenly uses its military for a bad usage.
We see here, okay, firstly, we talk about how North Korea is a threat enough for Japan to mobilize its military. We see that if Japan could be militarized, North Korea would be more anxious. Suddenly it's facing the whole world against itself. Who do you think it will fire its missiles, nuclear missiles at first? Of course, the country with the weakest military, the countries that's least likely to retaliate. And we are saying here, if Japan militarized, it would be the first target for North Korea to target. It wouldn't target China, it wouldn't target America. Why would it? They all have nuclear missiles aiming straight at it. So we are saying here that militarizing Japan could be the worst off option for Japan with the threat of North Korea. So we are saying, no doubt that every country has the right to militarize itself, but under the umbrella policy of US, we are saying here that Japan, with Japan being protected, is better off. Okay, now I'll go on to my point about how it would be worse off for Japan if it was to be militarized. We're saying here that you go against the idea of peace of Japan. I was saying here that Japan could be a force of its own. Firstly, it wouldn't work because the country's population, with its 60% elderly, wouldn't be enough of a defensive force against anyone. Secondly, we're talking about how, even with a military force, as I said previously, it wouldn't be of a force defend itself. And secondly, with almost non-existent military, it will be showing the world that it's militarizing. It will be, in a moment, it will be not that it's fault. It's militarizing. And what does that show to the world? It shows that each country is standing on its own. Each country should be fending for themselves. And what does that show to the whole world? It shows that the world is a dangerous place and you should defend yourself from everyone and anything else. Threats are all around the corners and you should just trust yourself instead of that diplomacy, that trade ties do its work. So, and therefore, it makes the whole world and it makes Japan weaken. It makes the world go back to the age where fighting wars is the only solution to your problem. Whereby when the trend of the world has been going towards diplomacy, going towards talking talking your solution out, as we have seen from the sunshine policy South Korea and the 6 fighting dogs. So we said go with the opposition.